And luckily, after all those years, I had the opportunity to be able to return back to Syria. So I was there about since 2 weeks ago. I stayed there for 1 month. And yeah, Movement Underground, it's an organization, it's a Dutch organization, started 2015 in Lesbos Island in Greece with a group of friends when they've seen a lot of people were suffering at the coast when they were arriving to Europe. Unfortunately, a lot of people went through very tough journey through the sea, and that's where Movement Underground started to go and to help people. And now we are operating in many different countries. We are operating in Syria, Lebanon, also in the Netherlands and Greece, and we have a project going on in Gaza as well. We were also helping with the earthquake when it hit Turkey and Morocco, and also we supporting the Ukrainian situation when the war started there as well. Our main focus is to return refugee camp into a campus where we see the potential of the people and the communities to support them to use their knowledge and to use their talents in order to support their own community and support themselves. So we don't empower people, we just break the barriers for the people to empower themselves, because we believe there is a lot of people with so many uh, knowledge and they just need some support and they are able to continue without anybody's help. So that's who am I, and that's who we are as Movement Underground.
Connect with Abod, but I see that since last hour we have lost the connection with him. So I know that you were trying to call him also. Let's say here we are with lots of students coming from the Academy of Fine Arts in Naples, and they are here working with our community. We have also the mayor of our community here with us, and we really would love to connect with a Buddha that in these days is every day connected with myself. And we were, of course, very much keen to understand what's the situation. And I was asking every day almost what we could do from our side. And you know that I'm working in food. And yesterday we were in Brussels presenting the latest report on global food security. And of course, it was pretty tough to talk about that, knowing that there are 14,000 kids that are facing death because of food. So we are very much concerned about that. And every day his answer is you can do nothing. So the only thing that you can do, Sarah, is share that with everybody, because we want to make Europe aware about what is happening. And so, of course, this is the reason why I'm trying really to connect him and his stories and what he's sharing every day through media and social media and so on. Because, of course, there's still lots of people that are not connected, that are doing nothing, that are not, say, understanding what we're facing. So this is the reason why we wanted to connect. And also with the mayor, we started trying to see what we could do, not only with this community, but with others to spread the message as much as we can. Of course, these students, these professors, these teachers, these activists, they're, let's say, already inside our bubble, but we know that we need to break the bubbles and we need to go where basically the message didn't reach yet. So this is the reason why we wanted to share that today. And so thank you for joining us. I'm still trying to call him. I don't know if you're still trying to reach out to him, but the normal phone doesn't work also. So it seems that there's not only internet connection, but there's no connection at all. So probably he's trying to. And Andre, can you share the link? because I would love to show you. Fai vedere qua.
Tu dici adesso un momento grande.
No, ho messo in chat il link.
Rimane. Ok.
Yeah, Buddha.
Ok. Dove fu?
Bravo. Okay. So this is actually what we wanted to share with all of you. So you tried to reach out to him. No, non sta proprio rispondendo al telefono. And anyway, it's pretty tough. I'll say you are okay. This is his profile, and I'm say connecting with him. I don't know if you can scroll and see the different images that he's publishing. And actually, I want also maybe you, Stefano, you can share a little bit what you're trying to do here. Don't look at me like that. No. So Stefano is trying to involve all the people managing advertising from Battipaglia to Pollica, because there are lots of empty space. And now with some friends that are working, of course, in advertising and communication, the guys of Postilla that are working with us, we are trying to put together a campaign and to say fill with this kind of contents these empty spaces, because there's a lot of people that don't reach these images. It's tough even to sleep at night sometimes when you see these kind of pictures, because then you talk to him and he says, okay, no connection, I have to go, there's bomb, my brother in the hospital, my family is not here anymore. So it's the reality. And the fact is that when we're scrolling, overall for the kids of that age, the one that you are crossing every day here, it's pretty easy. There's makeup and then a dance and then TikTok and then all that. Okay, so there's no anyway emotions and connection with what is happening, because we are bombed by images and we are not able to separate or to feel any more emotions. And so I think that the work that these photographers are doing, it's absolutely fundamental, but also it's needed to connect with these people, because probably there's lots of people that are not anymore feeling anything. Just looking this. Also knowing that in these days there were lots of AI images that were faking, saying that China was helping and sending food to Gaza, and we all know that those pictures were fake and so on. So I really, I don't know. I'm really trying to see and to understand what we can do, because I think that it's really painful to be here and just protest, but protest is not enough. But Ali, you are working on that. You have been in Gaza. And also before, Charlie was saying that you were there before the last stop. So probably also your testimony is absolutely something that can give us some answers.
Um, so actually, it was my colleague whose name is Adil. He was in Gaza. But I can give you, of course, a lot of information. To be honest, we unfortunately we live in very difficult timing for all of humankind at this time. I can relate a lot to the situation in Gaza just because of my background and being from Syria and also witnessing the war in Syria, and we have more or less just the same situation like what the people from Gaza is going through. Um, I mean, it's very hard and sad to see by daily basis how many children and how many women and man and elderly man and elderly people have been suffering from food or being death from bombing every single day. We really wish for a peace, but it's very important that all the people in the world, young and big, we stand up for justice. We stand up for the truth. We need to protect the human kinds. We need to protect the rules of humanity. We cannot just and ignore what's happening and just look away. It's very important to stand out. And I completely agree with you. You don't have to be in demonstration every single week, but we need to really look in more to the main solution. And I believe speaking out is very important, but also doing things in practice is very important. Just like what we are doing right now, this is very important. And every person influence maybe one person next to them, share with them, your friends, your family, your neighbor, people that you know. Just talk about things. Try to exchange ideas. Try to exchange thought. Open. It's very important that we open our eyes more to the world and hear also what's happening at the other side of the world. And you're absolutely right. When our daily life now, we look at social media, we see so many different things, but it's crazy. Just a few thousand kilo away, there is people are sleeping without food, and they are in very high risk to not survive until tomorrow. And we still just have our dinner and our food normally, and like nothing is happening. So it's very scary to witness all this, but also it's important to that we put all of us and everybody's an offer in order to change something. Although something is small, but we need to do something about it.
Now he's seeing the message, so you can try probably to call him, because
Yes.
I saw that I have the blue flags. Vedi? Alla faccia di chi non mette le spunte blu.
Okay, I get out of the meeting and I come back, yeah? To try to call him.
Now he was connected.
Do you hear me? Hi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, so it was just the connection. It was very difficult for him. So he will join, I think, very soon now.
Yes. Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was explaining what the social hub on one side and movement on the ground is doing while we were waiting. And so explaining that basically they changed completely the approach to humanitarian aid because, as Ali was saying, they are going on the ground and creating a movement on the ground with the people. So not just providing aid, but rebuilding together. And this is probably what is needed now everywhere, not only there, everywhere. So I think that is really priceless, the work that they're doing. And also, Charlie is going to be with us in Venice next week. Probably someone that was close to me was hearing. We're going to be also with Stefano in Venice for the Venice Climate Week. And at the Venice Climate Week, we're going to talk about many multiple things that are crossing, because when we're talking about the climate crisis, we cannot talk about the social crisis, the humanitarian crisis, the food crisis. So all of those crises are completely interconnected. So the climate issues is just another big bubble, but inside of this big bubble, there's a lot. And so I think it's interesting also to have this focus. And with Stefano in these years, we've been working a lot on the topic of the role of marginal areas and marginalized places that nowadays are playing, I think, a fundamental role for the future of the planet, because those marginal areas is basically where the values are still there, where the value is, values and value. And so we're working a lot with Stefano really on high potential marginal areas, because big cities cannot live without that. This is the place where we breathe, where biodiversity are. You can tell me much more than what I can. So this is really the reason why we care so much about that, and how in the same afternoon we're going to talk about that with the founder of 1,000 Acres for 1 Billion People, Sarah Sher, who started this movement from Washington, D.C. and working in lots of marginal areas around the world. But we're going to also talk with Charlie, starting from the social hub, super cool places, and movement on the ground, another super cool place for other topics, let's say. So I think it's a little bit. I think that the value of this kind of places where now we can talk about that. Pensate delle domande. Quando arriva approfittiamone, perché ovviamente già è un'impresa a connettersi. Io lo sto sentendo degli orari più disparati, perché ovviamente non sempre è connesso. Abbiamo anche Charlie, ma Charlie non vuole parlare, secondo me. Però se Charlie vuole parlare...
No, cioè sei connesso con la telecamera.
Charlie, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, ciao Charlie, I was talking very bad about you.
Oh, hello, I've been listening in the background. How are you?
He is the one. He is the one. We are waiting for him. They're connecting. Today, connection there is pretty tough, but you know much better than I do. And I was explaining a little bit how you started with the social hub and how you turned all of that also into something that is going really on the ground with the movement and the projects you're running. So it's amazing what you are doing.
Yeah, thank you. We make a little bit of a joke in movement that our side project is the social hub, because we're all so passionate about movement on the ground.
Yeah, that's mine for future food.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, indeed, the internet connection in these places, Gaza, Syria, Turkey, is in Greece, and especially sometimes even around the refugee camps is not very stable for obvious reasons. And but yeah, so let's hope, fingers crossed, we'll get a connection to Gaza. The movement on the ground, as Ali was saying, my co-founder, Adil, he was there a couple of weeks ago and came back with some pretty harrowing stories, but also very inspiring stories. And I have to say, because this is especially the images that we've been seeing from this photographer is they're traumatic, they're awful images, and we all understand, and you can feel the pain and everything. I've also been into the camps, many refugee camps, and the situations are absolutely horrible. But I have to also say that they have been some of the most inspiring places that I have ever been to. And that's because you really see humanity coming together as well. You see humanity helping each other in the most difficult situations. And really, you know, we only as the media and everything else, you know, the bad stories and the drama that sells a lot of newspapers, and that's and there is a lot of drama, so don't get me wrong, but there is also a lot of people working together and a lot of you know, for example, that when Adil was there, he met the woman of Gaza. He came back with the woman of Gaza, and he was so proud of these women who have really stood up to support their families, and not only that, but support their neighborhood and start children's charities and start education. And the number one thing he asked them, he said, "Okay, ladies, what do you want? What can we do to help you?" And this was in Gaza. This was 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago during Ramadan. And he said, "What is the one thing you need? What can we do to help you?" And the one thing that these ladies said, while they're starving, while they're being bombed, while all their shelter is away, they said, "We want education. We want education for our children. Give us education. We will find a way to feed ourselves. We will find a way for shelter. We will find a way to build ourselves. But help us educate our children." And when you hear these stories, I mean, it brings tears to my eyes now. It's so basic, you know. We take so many things for granted, but yeah, this next generation is a lost generation. So I think, you know, especially with where you are with all the students in the room, you know, we are incredibly lucky to be able to be educated and to have basic education. And when you're a parent and your kids are starving in a trauma situation, but also you know that they have no future because they have no basic education, it makes it even more heartbreaking.
I think Abud is here, maybe. I don't know. I see some.
I
Ali.
think, hi, I was just calling with him. I think he's in now. He's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
عبد عم
Okay.
تسمعنا عبد؟ عبد عم تسمعنا شي عبد؟
Ah, la connessione, mannaggia. Hello. Abud.
الو
Oh.
مساء الخير.
Hi.
هاي، كيف الحال؟
تمام اخي ابو العبد، انا رح ترجم لك مع الشباب، اوكي؟ ان شاء الله.
اضوا الضوء علي.
عم تسمعنا صح؟
ليبو هذا مخدر. دسني خلاص.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Here we are with an incredible group of students that are social designers, that are studying to support communities and co-design with local communities better words. So we feel very honored to have you with us tonight.
عبد عم تسمعنا اخي؟
سامعكم.
تمام. السلام عليكم. الاستاذه ساره
عليكم
كانت عم تقول لك اهلا وسهلا فيك، نورتنا بالاجتماع مع الطلاب، وهن طبعا بيعملوا برامج لتحسين حياه المجتمعات والناس الثانيين. تمام، فهن كثير فخورين وفرحانين انك انت معاهم اليوم. نورتنا من غزه.
والله وانا بالاكثر فخور يعني مش عارف شو بدي احكي يعني انه طلاب حابين يسمعوا قصة غزة ورواية غزة وكلام غزة ومعاناة غزة ووجع غزة. يعني هذا شيء بشرفني اني اكون انا ضيف بالمكان واكون ضيف لكم.
So he said, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. That's an honor as well for me to be with you and with all the students and to be with all these wonderful people. Also to share our stories with you, to share our pain with you, to share what's going on in Gaza with you from here. That's an honor for me to be here with you.
So here we are not alone, but on top of students that are the heart and soul of our campus, we have the mayor of this community that is a companion on this journey since the beginning. There are lots of other friends connected tonight, and two other friends, Charlie McGregor and Ali. They are coming from the social hub and movement on the ground. And they said, okay, we want to support, be part of this conversation. Let's say here we are in a magic positive bubble because we're talking with people that are aware and like-minded. But you were very inspiring in the last days because when I was asking you what we could do to help, you were just telling me spread the voice, share my message, search the picture, involve people, let people understand what we're doing. Let's say from far away is not so easy to understand. And we would love to hear also from your voice what's the situation, and really, on top of what we can do, just spreading the world, what we can do to support your community, or if there are things that we don't know that on newspaper we cannot see. Because every time I'm sending you the message and I ask you, it's true that now we have 14,000 kids that are risking to die because there's no food, or all the other news that we receive.
طبعا هي عم تقول لك نحن هون موجودين مثل ما حكينا مع الطلاب وطبعا مع المحافظ تبع الطلاب هنيك موجود معاهم وطبعا موجود الاستاذ شارلي وانا علي طبعا نحن من منظمه الموفمنت اند جراوند ومن شركه اسمها السوشيال هاب مع الاستاذه ساره والناس الموجودين. طبعا هن حكوا كثير معك وحابين هن يعني توصل الصوره اكثر واكثر كيف مثلا هن فينهم يساعدوا. طبعا هن كانوا كتير فخورين بطريقة الرد اللي كانت منك لما انت قلت لهم اكثر شيء فيكم تساعدوا فيه اليوم انكم توصلوا صوت المعاناة اللي عم يعيشها الشعب الفلسطيني، توصلوا صوت المعاناة اللي عم يعيشها الشعب بغزة لكل الناس. فهن طبعا عم يحاولوا بدهم يعرفوا منك اكثر. طبعا وفي شغلات كتير ما عم تكون موجودة على القنوات الأخبارية أو على الجرايد بأوروبا. وطبعا هن سمعوا منك أنه موجود تقريبا 14,000 طفل في حالة خطرة تسبب ممكن لهم الموت بقلة الأكل والغذاء. فهن طبعا حابين يسمعوا منك كأنك شاهد عيان موجود بغزة وبفلسطين، تشاركهم المعلومات اللي عندك. وطبعا هن عم يسألوك كيف فينهم يساعدوك، شو الطريقة اللي هن فينا نساعدوا فيها أهل غزة والناس الموجودة بغزة، شو هي الطريقة المناسبة لأنكم أنتوا بالمكان جوا أدرى وأعرف.
That's good. So while he's reconnecting, I just share something with you. I was in Boston last week, and I met some friends that are working at MIT Media Lab as well as in Harvard, and they are now working with Gaza. They are part of the lab of Mitch Resnick at the Creative Learning Lab at MIT. They're working with schools. They're creating. They're the one who invented Makey or other tools for education. And they were telling me that now they are, of course, in trouble. And this guy is Italian. He's not coming back home because he says, if I'm coming back in Italy, probably I won't re-enter in US. So lots of scientists now around the world that are supporting Gaza, but also working on other topics like climate or other issues, are now, of course, in a very bad situation because they're telling the truth, and US now is banning the truth for many different reasons. So I think it's interesting also to see what we can do, and I think that universities, academies, schools now are the real presidium to build peace. I think that this is the only thing that we can do, keep fostering and supporting those organizations and institutions. But the situation, it's really, really bad. I don't know, Charlie, if you are aware also about other situation, or let's say now it's time really to join forces and understand how we can connect even more with the outliers around the world that are on that side of the world, let's say.
Yeah, Sarah, what can I say? I like to think that I'm a pretty optimistic person, and you have a room full of the next generation there. I'm pretty hopeful and inspired by the next generation, and I think there's a change coming in the way that we are leading our lives, in the way that we're being led, and the way that what we want to have, and I really believe that this form of looking for connection and looking to help the people is really going to be taking a lot of momentum and really helping each other. And as I said, every time that I'm in these situations and spending the last 9 years with people like Ali are some of the most inspiring people that I've met, and even just leaking to Aboud there when he comes on, and he's the thankfulness and the gratefulness that there's people listening. I mean, this is very, very authentic, genuine thankfulness, and this wave of empathy and love and passion is something I think we need to believe in. And yes, we need to stand up and we need to protest, and yes, we need to push against and fight for change and support where we can. But there is a I really believe that there's a wave of a new way of thinking coming, and I think when I was speaking to Ali earlier today, when you look at what's happening in Syria, move.
L'ha perso anche lui da Amsterdam. Okay,
والله بصراحة آسف كتير، بس عندي النت سيء، يعني الوضع يعني بميت عافية، يعني بصعوبة لما بدنا نجيب نت، تفهمين؟ بصراحة آسف كتير إن انقطع النت، وبنفس الوقت غلبتكم معايا، مرة بيجي مرة بفصل، آسف كتير.
ما عندك مشكلة يا عبد. Abed was saying, I'm sorry, the internet is very difficult in here, so that's why it go back and forth. So I apologize for that. ما عندك مشكلة. فينك انت سمعتني للأخير صح؟
سمعتك.
تمام. بلش بالكلام تبعك عشان أنا ترجم.
أنا أحكي كصحفي ولا أحكي كإنسان، يعني مثل الناس، هو في فرق.
He said, how would you like me to talk, as a resident of Gaza or as a journalist of Gaza?
I asked them. Residents. They say residents.
حابين يسمعوا منك كمواطن من اهل المكان، يعني حابين يسمعوا منك كمواطن.
تمام. أول شيء مساء الخير للجميع، مساء الخير لجميع الضيوف. بصراحة في أشكال من الأنواع في غزة، في أنواع متعددة من أي نوع بدك تبلش. أنا ممكن أبلش لك عن معاناة الناس بعيدا عن الحرب والقصف. نرجع غزة، يعني مثلا صار روتين الناس صار أصبح عبارة عن إيش؟ يصحوا الصبح يعبوا مية، يروحوا على التكيات، يجيبوا أكل، يوقفوا طوابير، والأسعار بنفس الوقت غالية كتير. لا يوجد مساعدات بالمرة بقطاع غزة بشكل عام.
No. So he said, first I will start with good evening, everyone. As a resident of Gaza, let's just put at the side the bombing and the war. Uh, but as a resident and how we've been operating lately, you just have to queue in lines to get your meal. You have to search for your food. You have to wait and food point distributions to get your meals. We're being programmed now just to get the basics for our living. تفضل كمل عبود.
وبعدين يعني عند جيش الاحتلال عامل حصار كامل على مدينة غزة. يعني جميع المعابر اللي بتدخل فين المساعدات مسكرات، تمام. مضايقين، يعني سيطروا على أماكن أو الأماكن المتطرفة لقطاع غزة، يعني مثل منطقة بيت حنون، منطقة عالية فيها سكان عالية. دمروا كل شيء فيهم ونزحوا وانجبوهم، نزحوهم على شمال قطاع او مدينه غزه بشكل عام. فاهم؟ صار ضياق. الجيش الاحتلال بضيق الدائره علينا، من معاناه، من قصف، من ماساه، من مجازر، من ذبح، من قتل. انت فاهم؟ ومتعمد. احنا انا كصحفي في اوقات في صور بقدرش اطلعها. انت فاهم؟ في صور معاناه بنقدرش نطلعها لسبب رفض هذا الشيء.
قصدك رفض هذا الاشي انه ما فينك تنشره على التواصل الاجتماعي لانه
يعني مثلا ممكن الحين صارت مجزره، مثلا جيش الاحتلال مثلا استهدف دار عباره عن 50 شهيد، تمام. في يعني انا اول مره اشوف صاروخ لما ينزل. انا جربت كل انواع الصواريخ المحرمه دوليا، وغزه كلها جربت الصواريخ المحرمه دوليا، انت فاهم؟ ولكن في شيء واحد بسيط، انه لاول مره انا خضت حروب كثير، يعني 2012 2014 2021 2023 خضت كل الحروب، يعني شاركت بكل الحروب وشفت مأساة كل الحروب. ولكن هذه الحرب مختلفة عن باقي الحروب. هذه حرب إبادة جماعية
طيب خليني
استهدفت
بس خليني اكمل
طبيب.
عشان ما خليني اكمل عشان ما يروح آه، الترجمة عشان اتذكر كل شيء. So what he was saying, you know, as you all know, Gaza troops, it's a small place. It's being controlled by the occupation forces. There is no any access in or out. Gaza. سكر الميكروفون عندك عبد سكر الميكروفون. So he's saying, so yeah, you cannot get any food access there or any humanitarian aid support or anything inside, and you cannot also leave from there. So it's very difficult situation. Also, there is like example one place called Bet Hanun. It have a lot of community. There's a lot of people. This place is completely demolished. There is a lot of people also have been forced to flee to different part of Gaza to leave the area. So they, you know, pushing the people towards one location. And he was saying as well that I have been in many different wars since like 2012, 14, and after that and before that, we witnessed many wars before. But this war is completely different than any other wars that we have ever witnessed. This is in genocide. It's really completely against everyone in the area. He said as well, it's very difficult sometimes to share on the social media because there is some footage you cannot just share it. Uh, he said with his experience that he witnessed so many wars, but this war is different. There is like one rocket go inside one house and kill more than 50 people in one house because they all hiding there, and even this rocket can go very deep in the ground and can destroy so many things. So they have experiencing something that they have never experienced before, and that's something it's not usual to see. تفضل.
So I don't know if you have questions. If there's a question from the audience, of course.
Yeah, I'd like to ask as a journalist, which kind of social media or media in general that we from Europe can look through to see something more real that what we are used to watching television or by mainstream newspaper. Maybe you can advise us some other way to inform about Gaza in general that maybe could be outside the already known path.
عم يقول الشاب عنده السؤال. انت شو بتنصح يعني على اي اقنيه يتفرجوا او على اي شيء لحتى يقدروا توصلهم الرساله اللي عم تصير من فلسطين والاوضاع اللي عم تصير معكم.
تمام. بخصوص الرسائل او الرسائل، احنا كشعب غزه بنحكي كإبادة جماعيه خضناها اكثر من سنتين. احنا وصلنا كل الرسائل، كل الصور، يعني كل الصور بكافه الاشكال وصلناها. انت فاهم؟ يعني ده تصوير موت صورناه، مجاعه، الناس اندلت بس عشان كيس طحين، اندلت عشان انت عارف شو كيس دقيق بنحكي عنه طحين. تمام. ناس بتصحى من الساعه 7 الصبح وماشيه في الشارع، ممكن باي لحظه يستهدف. انا ممكن حاليا، انا بحكي معك حاليا ممكن استهدف. وين المشكله؟ يعني ما دام قصفوا داري بس عشان انا صحفي، قصفوا عماره بيتي عشان انا
So what تمام
سمعني؟
سمعتك رح ترجم. So what he's saying is in general we have sent the message in many different way to the outworld. I mean there is I mean we have tried all the ways to share our messages. I mean we're dying. There is nothing more than that to film and to report that we are dying by daily basis. Also human being going walking long distance to get a small bag of a flour to make a bread. Our dignities have been gone. We all are in target there. As a journalist now, I am a target now. Maybe I'm now talking with you. Maybe I might get one rocket and I might die. Even my own house being attacked because I'm a journalist. So I mean, the message have been made clearly to the outworld in many different ways that what's happening there, it's not allowed, and it's devastating.
No, non voglio monopolizzare. Stefano, hai delle domande? So we received your pictures and you send us some pictures that are very tough. Kids, women, the famine one are the softest one. What you would suggest for us to share exactly?
عم يقولوا طب عم يقولوا طبعا انت شاركتهم. Is he still there? عابد موجود؟ لا. عم يقول طبعا انت شاركتهم بصور كثير، صورت لاطفال ونساء وكذا، يعني صور مرعبه مع الاسف. الله يهدي بالكم يا رب. ف شو برايك انت؟ احنا اي شيء لازم نشاركه؟ شو الشيء لازم نشاركه؟
ولا ايش موضوع؟
So as I was telling you, just to add, Stefano, the mayor, had the idea to spread your pictures around the village, around the street, let people understand what's the situation.
Okay,
So
okay.
from your perspective, what would be your desire? Because the only thing we can do is to help them to spread the message. So we really would love to know from your perspective, what would be the right message you want us to spread?
عم يقولوا لك طبعا مع السيد يعني مع السيد المحافظ الموجود معاهم بالاجتماع اليوم، وهن حابين يوصلوا الرسالة صح للمدينة اللي عندهم، للناس اللي عندهم وهيك. فأنت شو برأيك، شو أحسن طريقة اللي احنا لازم نشرح فيها أو نشارك الناس فيها عن الوضع اللي عم يصير معكم؟
عيد، بقطع الصوت بس، عيد سؤالك، بقطع الصوت.
عم تقول استاذه ساره انه المحافظ موجود معهم وهن حابين يشاركوا يعني بعض من الصور ويشاركوا بعض من الشغلات اللي انت بعتتها، وحابين هن يسالوك شو هي الطريقه اللي منيحه كرمال. عم تسمعني؟ عم تسمعني عبد؟ عم تسمعني؟ عم تسمعني عبد؟
She's not listening. Hello?
عم تسمعني عبد؟
Hello?
يا عبد عم تسمعني؟
Seems he's not connected.
Yeah, we only hearing him, but I don't think he's hearing us. هلا عم تسمعنا عبد؟
سامعيني؟
هلا
مش سامع شيء انا.
بلا هلا سامعينك. عم تسمعنا انت؟
الو
الو عم تسمع؟
الو،
عم نسمعك، نحن عم نسمعك. I think he will come back in a bit because the connection it's just hard.
Of course, but talking with this friend of mine at the MIT, they were telling me that this is of course, their biggest effort to keep the connection and to support with connections over there, because overall, also to provide school and all the different services to teachers that are in need, they need to connect, and so they were very much focused on that to guarantee the connection.
It's incredibly hard. When we were there, the movement were there. We connected, as I was talking about, with these ladies. They had a children's charity there, and we'd agreed with them that we were going to finance and help them spread to other villages for children's charities. But I think then the new blockade and the new offensive started, and all that even possibility to transfer funds and to transfer products and stuff like that is just completely stopped. So I think that, I guess, for me, the priority is really trying to pressure in any way we can to open the gates again and open the blockade again. Here we are.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you hear us.
طبعا المعاناة اليومية هي أول معاناة. لما بدنا نحكي عن المعاناة، في أكثر من معاناة. أنا حكيت لكم في أكثر من معاناة. هي أول معاناة هي النت، يعني كل شوي بيفصل بيشتغل.
Ali, you're muted.
Sorry. So he was saying that's only one of the biggest problems that we have here. Just an example, you cannot have a proper internet and you need to move around. And there is so many other problems you cannot imagine that we have. كان السؤال من الأستاذة سارة إنه هن حابين يوصلوا رسالة أكثر بالمكان مع مع المحافظ الموجود معاهم. أنت شو بتنصحهم؟ شو أكثر شيء هن فينهم يشاركوا؟ عم تسمع عبد؟
He's not hearing.
عم
Can you hear
تسمعنا؟
us?
عم تسمعنا؟ عم تسمعنا عبد؟ يا عبد أخي عبد عم تسمعنا؟ عم تسمعنا؟ عم تسمعنا ولا لا؟
Not
تسمعنا؟
working.
No.
I don't know. Maybe Ali, the best is maybe if you text him and we share the last question with him like that, because it seems that the connection is really bad tonight.
Yeah. I think we yeah, you can carry on and I will send him the message and then we can yeah.
Yeah. Let's say, of course, it's a big frustration, but can you hear us?
عم تسمعنا عبد هلا؟
No.
هيك سماع، هيك تمام سماعكم.
يس. فاعطينا انت هيك بجوله على السريع عن الشغلات اللي لازم يشاركوها مع العالم على الشيء اللي انتم عم تمروا فيه قبل ما تروح التغطيه.
تمام. سامعين انتوا هيك؟ الو.
He's texting you.
الو.
Hello. Io non so parlare la tua lingua. Mannaggia.
سامعين؟
Ali is reconnecting. Charlie, we need to learn Arabic.
Yeah, absolutely.
الو.
Absolutely. Sorry, Aboud, we have also technical problems at our end as well.
بصراحة آسف، يعني انتوا شايفين الوضع، يعني في مأساة كتير، يعني في معاناة كتير. انت بتحكي عن المعاناة، في يعني أكتر من معاناة، وهي أول إشي قدامكم الدليل إنه لا يوجد نت. يعني الإنترنت اللي لازم يكون متوفر 24 ساعة ضعيف، بفصل بالدقيقة مليون مرة.
Who knows?
Right. I think
Maybe Ali also has no connection.
the Americans are cutting us down one by one.
Let's say, but already connecting was a gift. Also because we are really I'm following every day what he's posting, and it's being able to talk is already something.
Absolutely. And Sarah, if you like, what I can do is I can connect you to some of the organizations that we met in Gaza who are specifically providing shelter, accommodation, and food to children. Very inspiring group of ladies. And we've seen it firsthand what they're doing there, so I can absolutely guarantee that they're doing the right thing. So I can certainly share their organization with you, and if you want to try and find ways to help them. That would be great.
Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see if Ali is connecting in some way. Maybe yes, maybe no. Seems that Abode is connected, at least to say goodbye. And we're gonna still follow him. I think that we can share the page of Abud in here. So the one that are following us, they can see his Instagram page. Andre, maybe you can share it. Okay. So this is his account, and he's posting every single day. He's posting, he's answering, he's trying to stay connected. Like him, there are lots of other journalists that are there every day under the bombs, trying to tell the story. Many of his pictures are now in all the TV news and newspapers and so on. He's a great photographer, but let's say also the story he's telling is something that, on top of his ability, demonstrate a lot of courage, because you need to be brave to be there and take this kind of pictures in these situations. The pictures that he was sharing with us are pictures that are really tough to see, even for us. So I would say thank you so much to him. I'm gonna try to connect with him and to text with him. He's answering in English because AI is helping a lot now. And I have to thank a lot you, Charlie and Ali, for being with us tonight and make sure that we could at least try to connect. It was
Fantastic.
a tiny touch with Gaza, but I think very powerful. And I think that all of us, we can be seeds that can spread the word.
Absolutely, and that's the best thing we can do. So spread the word, spread the love, and together we will we'll find a way. So, but thank you, well done, Sarah, and well done everybody there. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Charlie.
Ciao, ciao.
See you in Venice. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Good, guys. I think we can say goodbye here, and I think we can all follow our friend. Grazie. Ciao. Ciao, Ali. He's not connected anymore. Maybe yes, maybe no. Ciao, ciao.